Hi guys, this is Doc for Ready, Set, Gorilla. I'd like to spend the next couple of minutes looking at Bitcoin and Ethereum and doing a quick analysis in terms of what the price is showing me right now. We will start with Bitcoin. Big volatility, right? 40% corrections and then even greater rallies than that, right? So this is just what we're going to see going forward on this thing, I'm sure, is it seems like every time we stick a fork in Bitcoin, it's going to come back and rally. And this is what we call the slingshot move. So anytime you pull back a rubber band a little bit too far, it's going to come flying out of there just like a projectile. And this is exactly what we see with Bitcoin lately. But prices don't trend forever in the same direction. So what we have here is, after this rally here, we have what's called an exhaustion condition. So this is a linearity of the current trend. So when things are really choppy like this builds up a lot of energy. It's kind of like winding up a spring, tighter and tighter and tighter until it can't stay within your hand. It's got to go flying out of there. This is exactly what we saw recently on this move. Big range contraction leads to big range expansion into exhaustion right now. So what's happening right now? Well, this is very common. The price is building up, just a little consolidation up at the top of a flagpole. Now, one thing that we typically do see from a formation like this is a lot of times the price will come down and retest the recent highs. And so this gives everybody a scare. Everybody panics because the price is coming down. This is called a swing test. So a swing test is the most likely outcome after a little bit of consolidation in this area. And it's going to happen on some kind of bad news thing, or maybe some other bank CEO is going to say that Bitcoin is a fraud or something like that. It's going to scare people into taking profits, and then same thing happens again. So from range expansion comes range contraction. That's what the price is in right now. It can go sideways. It can pull back anything within there. I guess I'm saying right now a swing test is a very common thing to see. Don't let that freak you out. Now, sometimes it helps, well, all the times it helps to go out to a better perspective, a deeper perspective. I'm going to go out to the weekly chart here. And the weekly chart is going to show approximately the same thing. You can see how everything is going kind of parabolic here. And when this energy level gets up to the level of exhaustion, in this case, it's about 25 for Bitcoin. So every time we've seen this get up to about a 25 level, it has basically built out the next consolidation. So every time we get up to this level of exhaustion, and anything below 38 is a potential for seeing this type of signal. So we're seeing another one very closely right now. So it wouldn't surprise me to see a little bit more backing and filling up in this area. And again, you can see that swing test here from a larger time frame perspective. So if the price kind of shucks within this area here for the next several weeks, this will actually be good news, because what is it doing? It's building up energy again. From range contraction comes range expansion. I'm going to switch over to Ethereum right now. I'm going to stay on that weekly chart, and you can see what Ethereum has been doing lately. So Ethereum, after this big rally that we saw here, has just been doing exactly that, coiling within a large triangle. And this is getting very similar to what's called an ascending triangle pattern. And the upside target for this is typically the open end of this triangle. So that's a huge upside target from here, and is going to put this close to, I would say, another 400 points or so, 300 to 400 points to the upside. Now, if we zoom into the daily chart, you can see this big symmetrical triangle kind of building here. Now, one thing to watch out here is that a rising pattern typically will break to the downside. Now, this is kind of the same thing, but a smaller version of what we saw in Bitcoin. This kind of rising wedge pokes out to the top. Wouldn't surprise me to see this coming down again and actually breaking that, setting the hook, and creating the next slingshot movement. So Ethereum is just going to stay within this huge, this is a very large symmetrical triangle pattern, eventually building up the next level of energy and getting ready for the next breakout. Okay, so that's Bitcoin and Ethereum in 5. I'm using the TradingView charting platform. If you want to know more about it, see the text below this video. Thanks for listening, guys.